2015 in the age of technology and social development, but issues affecting women still linger in many parts of the world and especially in Africa, as evidenced by discussions and panels held every year regarding the topic. The International Day of Women is observed every year on the 8th of March, and this year was no different. As part of this year's International Women's Day, Mo Abudu, CEO of EbonyLife Television in Nigeria, has made a call to women from Nigeria and all over the world to rise up for change. Mo, a seasoned broadcaster and businesswoman, urged women to do their best to rise above challenges which have been imposed on them by society or even their minds. The mother of two is convinced that women's roles in nation building can never be underestimated. Mo, also the founder of Vic Lawrence and Associates Limited, one of Nigeria's leading and most influential human capital consultancy and outsourcing companies, is quoted as saying, "The role of Nigerian women in the country's development cannot be overemphasized, and given the rising socioeconomic status of many Nigerian women in the last 1 or 2 decades, there seems to be a growing awareness of women's rights to advance their goals of equality, of career and business opportunities, as well as of development and advancement in general. We must do more of this. More and more women need to be further represented in the economic, business, social, and political scheme of things. It is time for the great women of our wonderful country to rise and take their rightful places as catalysts of real change in leadership, policymaking, governance, education, justice, career, business, the media, and so on." Fondly described as Africa's Queen of Talk, Mo's belief in the talents and strength of women in this continent is unwavering. She says, "Nigerian women have great potential and can contribute just as effectively as their counterparts in the rest of the developed worlds." Still on related issues, Ghana's Minister of Gender and Social Protection, Nana Oye-Lither, on this year's International Women's Day, has said that the country is close to making history with the Affirmative Action Bill, which will be passed, enabling women get reserved jobs. The minister said the bill is in the final stages and will head to cabinet before the end of the year. The Affirmative Action Bill is a plan to see more women in strategic positions where they can input society in decision-making. The bill will require all sectors to reserve a percentage of their employment for women when passed. He added that one of the greatest improvements that could result from the bill is a plan to get more women into parliament. Ghana's government in 2002 came out with an affirmative action policy that 30% of government appointees should be women. In 1992, in the first parliament of the Fourth Republic, female representation to their male counterparts was in the ratio of 16 to 184. Ghana's legislature has averagely had less than 20% female representation, and this is expected to change once the bill becomes law. Nana believes that the Affirmative Action Bill will be as significant a turning point as the Interstate Succession Law was in 1985, which granted surviving spouses a right to the inheritance of a deceased partner. It came at a time when extended family had a lot of control over the property of a deceased family man, leaving widows victimized often. The minister told a news agency that, "We believe that this bill will be a major boost for political empowerment of women in strategic decision-making roles." Geographical ignorance is one of the fruits which have added to the misconceptions which have been promoted by the Ebola scourge in Africa, as the tourism of the continent has witnessed a drop because of the fear of the deadly virus by visitors who mostly do not care to research properly on the matter. The Ebola outbreak was escalated in Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, but many tourists, gripped by fear, imagined all sorts and choose to stay away from the continent altogether. But one initiative set up by several tourism organizations to deal with this geographical ignorance is the website uniteforwestafrica.org, which has the chief duty to promote a positive image of West Africa, highlighting the greatness and tourism of the areas in that part of the continent especially that are unaffected by Ebola. According to tourism reports, some 56 million tourists visited Africa in 2014, a 2% rise from the previous year, but growth in Africa lagged behind that in Europe, Asia, or the Americas. The continent enjoyed a healthy 4.8% increase in tourists a year before the virus surfaced.
We have some unusual logic from @Asemuta in today's Still on the Matter. He says, News. Bill Gates is richest person in the world with $79 billion. Can you imagine having all that money and he hasn't eaten nkwobi?